Israel's cabinet now considering a total seizure of Gaza City. Israel also claiming to have taken out Hamas's spokesperson in an airstrike on the city. Jeff Paul is live in Tel Aviv with the very latest. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Griff. Well, yeah, Israel confirming it believes it has killed Hamas spokesperson Abu Ubaida in an airstrike that occurred over the weekend in the Gaza Strip. And while Hamas really hasn't made any sort of comment since that news surfaced, we do know that Ubaida's last comments were made on Friday, where he spoke about this planned operation to take over Gaza City. And that very operation was obviously a key topic of discussion during the latest Israeli security cabinet meeting. Israel continues to build up its forces in and around the outside of Gaza City, calling it one of the last Hamas strongholds. The IDF is also urging Palestinians living in Gaza City to move south, saying their evacuation is, quote, inevitable. But many Palestinians who call Gaza City home say at this point in the war, they really feel like there is nowhere safe to go. However, as the war nears the 23rd month mark, a large number of Israelis continue to push for an end to the war. We spoke with the brother of Carmel Gott, an Israeli hostage who was kidnapped back on October 7th and eventually killed about a year ago in Hamas captivity. Alon Gott, her brother, says the hostages don't have much more time, and he thinks the only person who can truly bring an end to this war is U.S. President Donald Trump.
He's the guy for the mission to finish this war and to bring the hostages back. We don't have anyone else that can control the situation better than him. And he has results already. He brought people back.
Now, the funerals for two of the Israeli hostages whose bodies were recovered in recent days in the Gaza Strip were done today here in Israel. The family of one of those hostages saying that they wish they could have done more to protect that person, and they wish they could have brought them back to where they belong a lot sooner. Griff.
Jeff, just a quick follow-up. If you have any sense for timing, we have seen the IDF building divisions up along the outskirts. We have heard from Netanyahu that he intends to go in. Do we have any idea of really what the timeline might be on when they go all the way in on Gaza City?
Well, I know the IDF has said that this operation isn't going to be all in one night. There's not going to be this large rush into Gaza City. And if you look at what happened last year with Rafah, it was kind of a similar thing where it was a gradual, slow, meticulous, well thought out, planned move to go into Gaza City. And of course, they have to be very careful, not only for the safety of their soldiers, but because this is considered the last sort of stronghold of Hamas. You've obviously got Israeli hostages there, and at the moment, we believe there are as many as 20 living hostages, so they're going to have to really take their time. They're going to have to be very meticulous. And as far as when that really kind of kicks off, you know, there are things happening right now as we speak. Again, it will be a slow operation as they enter that heavily populated area, Griff.
Jeff Paul, live for us in Tel Aviv. Jeff, thank you. Molly?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.